We live, y'all. We live. We are live. Give me 1 second. Mm. What's up, Lisa? What's up,
What's up,
Isaiah?
Lisa?
What's up, Christopher? What's up, Queese? What's up, Malcolm? All right, y'all. We finna get right to this. So I recently checked my emails, and I got a couple of people asking me to talk about the dangers about prison and what happens. You know what happens when you're a white boy and you young and you end up in prison. Thank you, Lisa, for that. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm gonna be real, man. Depending on who you are and what you're willing to put up with and what you won't put up with, it's basically going to determine how you're going to do your time. And I know originally I was talking about, how young white boys get turned out and stuff like that. Well, young black boys do too, and Mexicans and whatever type of race. Prison is a whole different world that people that never been locked up before, they not going to understand. Malcolm Wright, thank you for that. That world is, I don't know, it's crazy because you could be on the phone like I was before. I was on the phone talking to a loved one. I see a guy pacing back and forth on the top tier. I never did no business with this guy. I never had no words with this guy. So I had no reason to even pay attention to him. But while you locked up, you better pay attention to everything and everything that's around you. So I see him at the top tier pacing back and forth. He make his way downstairs while I'm on the phone. I'm looking dead at him. It seems like nobody else see this guy at all but me. Next thing you know, he just run up on this black dude and get the hit. He got the hitting him. He had that blade and he got the pushing it. Malcolm Wright, I appreciate you for that. So long story short, a man lost his life right in front of me while I was on the phone. Did people run? Did people scream? Did people call for help? No, they didn't. Everybody, it was business as usual. You kind of go numb to these things while locked up. I done heard guys get violated while locked up. Matter of fact, I wasn't even in prison. This happened in the county. It had to have been maybe about 11. Not 11. I'm gonna say about 12:45 a.m. or 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I hear this dude. I hear like a soft moan, and I'm like, man, what the heck is that? Then it got louder and louder, and I'm like, hey, y'all, cut that shit out. And then other dudes start waking up, and well, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, it was consensual. I guess it was a homosexual guy getting it on with this so-called thug dude, and it was sick, man. It was sick. The county, things happen crazy in the county too, man. I got a lot of county jail stories for y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all one right quick about what happened to me when the police beat me down and threw me in a hole in the county. So I had an extradition going to Ohio. I was up in Michigan and I was waiting to get extradited to Ohio. they could it's usually they could come get you that day, or they can have, I believe, up to a month to 2 months to come get you. So this is my second day in this prison. I mean, in this jail. Matter of fact, I wasn't even in the county yet. I was in what the city lockup. So in Flint, Michigan, you got the city lockup on the left side of the street. On the right side of the street, you got the county jail. A lot of times you end up going to the city lockup before you even touch the county. So here I go in the city lockup. It's about, if anybody know about the bullpen can hold up to maybe, it's supposed to hold up to maybe 15 individuals. But how they cram people up in there, you're talking about 30, 40 people in one pen. Um, in the city lockup, it's not that packed out over there, but it can get up there on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening. Okay. So I find myself in there, and they give us these things that they call monkey brains. What are monkey brains? Monkey brains are like a meatloaf with olives and mustard, mayo, maybe tuna fish, and some other type of mystery meat that's all crammed into one ball of meat and spread it on two pieces of bread. So when I tasted that, I spit it out immediately. I'm like, I'm not about to eat this. So what they give you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner over there at the city lockup, and when you go to the county, that's what you get: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's the monkey brains, some frozen apples, and this powdered juice that was tasteless. Um, I wouldn't eat it. I just ate the frozen apples. So one day, this guard that came by passing out the trays, she said, "Here." And I got up and I just grabbed the apples and the juice. And she was like, "No, you're gonna take the sandwich." I was like, "I'm not about to eat that sandwich, man." She was like, "No, you're going to take it." I was like, "Man, I'm not about to eat that." And I turned my back and walked off. So she like pushed the tray, like, and it hit me like on this, like in my back, but my lower back. And I was like, "B?" And she was like, "Oh, okay, okay." So she got on her walkie talkie and was like, "I got a problem down here. I got a problem down here." Earlier, right? Um, these, I'm gonna say the deputies, they came in and they roughed up this young dude. He had to been about maybe 18 or 19. He looked young. They roughed him up because you can't have two blankets, right? But everybody was doing it, and they basically was like, if y'all got two blankets or two of whatever, it's contraband and y'all need to give it up. I guess he didn't hear them, or he probably heard them, whatever the case may be. But one of the sergeants walked past and seen him with two blankets. He was covered up with one, and he had one rolled up, and he was laying on it like a pillow. So they go in there tripping, and they like, "Yo, get out, come here right now." He like, what? He looking scared. He like, "What's going on?" And they like, they him and like four other COs came in there and like yanked him up, grabbed him up, and roughed him up, and like took him up out of there. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. My first instinct was pop off on the guards, because I'm gonna tell y'all, I've been locked up in Cook County, and that would have never happened in Cook County. Um, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't care how anybody feel about it. Um, they say Flint guys is crazy. Flint guys is just, oh, they some killers. But listen, there's no guns in jail at all. You only got thieves, or you gotta push that blade. In Chicago, in Cook County, if them COs would have came in there and attempted to grab that young boy out that cell like that, everybody would have got on them CO's head. In Flint, I the only one that stood up but immediately back down when I see nobody was going to back me up. And that's just the reality about it. A lot of guys that be out here shooting their guns and killing everybody in the neighborhood, when they get locked up, they don't have that same energy. And like I said, I was going to do something about it, but when I realized nobody else was standing with me, I'm like, I'm not about to get whipped out, you know. So that's another thing to play into how to survive prison or how to survive the county, because you got to pick your battles, man. You got to pick your battles. And I tell y'all all the time, when you locked up, you got to mind your business, okay? Mind your business. Sometimes you can take the honorable route and help out a fellow inmate, but if it's going to cause you harm or your safety, you got to pick your battles, man. And when they came in there and grabbed that young boy out of there, I felt some type of way. I stood up immediately and I got to walking towards the guards. But when I realized nobody else was getting up, I'm like, oh, let me just turn that way, head back, because I'm about to get slumped, beat down, toe up in here, right? For me trying to defend this young boy. But hey, it is what it is, man. So let's get back to it. So I'm in there and she hit me in my lower back with the tray. And I called her a B and she got on her walkie-talkie like, I need help, I need help. So remember, y'all already seen how they did the young dude. So I'm like, all right, so I already know what's about to happen. If they about to come in here, they think they about to manhandle me, but it is what it is. So I took my shirt off. I went to the sink and I wet it up with water and tied it around here like this, like a bandana. Because I told y'all I got bad asthma, and if I get maced and put in a restraint chair, I might not be here talking to y'all today. So I wet my shirt up, put it around my face, and I said, it is on. If they come up in here on some BS, it's on. We about to get out, right? And I know I couldn't take. I probably could take maybe two of the guards, but yo, they had the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't care how good you can fight. You're not beating no five. You're not beating three guards, okay? I maybe could handle two of them, but the rest, nah, they would have whipped me out, which they did. So they came. It was five COs plus the lady, so that makes six. It was a sergeant. We called them they had the white shirts. He wasn't getting involved. There was a medical staff. I don't know, was it a nurse or just, it was somebody dealing with medical, and somebody had a camcorder recording the incident. So I knew what time it was. So they like, what's going on, inmate? I'm like, well, they didn't call me inmate, but they said, what's going on? And I'm like, I was like, I'm not eating that food. They was like, did you hit my guard? Did you hit one of my guards? I was like, no, I didn't hit your guard. She hit me. And she was like, no, I didn't say he hit me, but he called me out my name. He was being real disrespectful. And I was like, me being disrespectful because I'm not about to, hold up. Time out. So we got 52 people in the building and only 25 lights. We got 52 people in the building and we only got 25 likes. This is why my page is not growing. Because we got 54 people in the building and only 25 likes. Listen, y'all got to hit that like button so this page can get pushed out there. Come on, man. Y'all stop playing games. Y'all being real stingy with them likes today, man. Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. Matter of fact, hold on. Brian Tucker, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Come on, y'all. Hit that like button. Let's get up to 40 likes. Come on, y'all. Let's get up to 40 likes. Timo, what's up? Life with Cynthia, what's going on? My man Pinky in the building, y'all. 999 till I die in the building. Isaiah, what's going on? Timo, what's up? Street Rosie, what's going on? Come on, y'all. Let's get to 40 likes. Stop playing. Isaiah, what's going on? Brian, what's up? Who else up in here? Quincy Smalls, 89, what's up? Malcolm Wright, always blessing the Cashapp, what's up? Captain Trips, what's up? Tanaria Robinson, what's up? You said you finally found me. I know you was looking for me. Richie Rich, what's going on? Jamie Chisholm, what's up? Canyon Chronicles, what's going on? Cedric, what's up? The Real Tish, what's going on? Come on, y'all. Let's get them lights up and stop being stingy with them lights. Come on, Christopher Brand, what's going on? Queese 4-0, what's up? Come on, y'all. Zombie Wolf. Let's go. So I said, I'm not eating that. And look at the haters. Still ain't hitting that like button. We got the 40 likes, though, so we good here. We good. What's up, Percy? So they come in there and tell me to cuff up. Now, it's about, I'm not really good with feet, but I'm going to say from where they were standing at when they came in, they got into a formation. And I was standing, I'm going to say maybe 5 feet away from them. So they got into this formation and they like, so you not going to cuff up? And I was like, hey, y'all ain't about to just come in here and mishandle me. One of the guards like, why you got your shirt off? That's the first thing you messed up at. Why you got your shirt off? I said, like I said, y'all ain't about to mishandle me up in here. So it was like, we're going to tell you one more time to cuff up. What's up, Frankie? Eager artist, what's going on? We going to tell you one more time to cuff up. I was like, I'm going to cuff up, but y'all better not touch me. So one of the guards just broke rank and rushed at me. And I was like, bam, hit him with that elbow. Let me tell y'all something, right? I'm going to give y'all a secret, a real good tip. These elbows, it's like, y'all see right here, an elbow right here can knock somebody's teeth out their mouth. That elbow will put knots all over your face, okay? So when he rushed in, I was like, bam, knocked him out. He hit the floor. When he hit the floor, they rushed me, okay? When they rushed me, I couldn't swing because somebody grabbed me, like somebody basically, one of the guards rushed me and they had my midsection. Another guard got on my arm and another guy got on my arm, and then one was trying to scoop me by grabbing my legs. So somebody was punching me in the dang face. So at this point in time, I'm trying to cover up, like put my head down like this and trying to wiggle, but I can't really swing. So I just leaned this way and I couldn't fall neither. It was like there was so many fists and legs and fists was coming from everywhere trying to put me down, right? So it got to a point where I like backed up against the wall, how they had me, and I put my right foot towards the wall and I like bucked, like pushed off of it. So when I pushed off of it, everybody kind of went like forward a little bit, and the person that was trying to boof me right here, he kind of fell back and hurt his back. So at this point in time, now I can kind of move, and so I'm throwing punches. But listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the action started, I'm gonna say, for maybe 15 seconds. I don't know what was going on with me. I had a lot of energy at that time, y'all. I weighed about 210, a little bit of fat, a little bit of muscle, but I was in shape, okay? But as I was swinging, it was like I was getting tired in a mug. It was like my punches were slow. I'm like, dang, what's going on? I'm getting socked on. At this point in time, a big old CO came out of nowhere and just boom. This dude was like 6'8". It's like they keep him hid in a basement or somewhere. He come out of nowhere, boom. He like a football player just ran into me. I flew this way. They just came in, laid on me. Somebody got on my legs. Somebody got on my arms. They turned me around. They was punching me in my side, giving me rib shots. They punched me all up in the face. Then they maced me. But when they maced me, they maced their partners too. So remember that too. So then they finally get me. They cuff me up, and they grabbed me. I don't know how the heck they grabbed me, but how they had me, I have my hands behind my back, right? So they jacking me up like this. I feel like they tried to break my arm, but they lead me out and they basically muscle me down this hallway to this elevator. When we got in the elevator, I'm assuming there was no cameras. They got the whipping me out up in there too. Bam, bam, trying to give me face shots. When you handcuff, you can't do nothing but take the shots or try to, cushion the blow a little bit, right? Right. So all I'm thinking is, if they knock my teeth out, is I'm breaking out these handcuffs and it's going down, right? But y'all see, I still got all my teeth, so I ain't get my teeth knocked out. So all I'm thinking of, I promise, I'm going all the way out. If they knock my teeth out, if they knock a tooth out, I mean, how can I sit up here and talk to y'all with a missing tooth in the front, y'all? I had to get that fixed immediately. So all I'm thinking of, man, they better not, I'm telling you, they better not knock my teeth out. I'm telling you, if my tooth get knocked out, nobody leaving out this elevator. Nobody. We all going to die together in this elevator, right? So they take me to where I'm assuming is the hole, okay? I don't know, was it the hole or not. I just know when they maced me, they beat me up on the elevator. I don't know if we went upstairs or downstairs, but when we got off the elevator, we passed like 2 or 3 office doors, and then they opened up this door and they pushed me in there. When they pushed me in there, I had to like cushion my fall with my shoulder, and my shoulder wasn't out of place, but I tore something in there to catch my fall. So I'm sitting there, got maced in my eyes, face burning up, and I'm sorry. I'm just sitting there messed up. So I'm feeling around. My eyes is pitch darker here. The only thing I could see was so if you in a dark room and there's light outside that out that room, and you can see a little light under the door. So after maybe about, I'm gonna say, 10 minutes of my eyes kind of clearing up from the mace, I can kind of see like, okay, it's light down here, and it took me another maybe about 30 minutes for my eyes to kind of adjust to the darkness. So I realized that it was a toilet in there, and I think that was it. It was just a toilet in there. So I couldn't see in the toilet, but I knew it was water in there also. So I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I don't know. It wasn't pee in there. It was I don't know what was in there. It wasn't no crap in there neither. But I was feeling around and I felt like, okay, this is a toilet, and I heard like the water running through it or whatever. So I was like, okay, maybe there's a sink that's over this toilet. Maybe I'm just in the cell or something. So I'm feeling over it, but I don't feel no sink or nothing. So I'm like, okay, this is a toilet. So I'm like, I gotta get this off my face. I gotta get it off. So yes, I put my hand in there, and I was smelling. I'm like, okay, there's no pee in here or nothing. So I got the splash on my face. With the water. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh man. I mean, if y'all ever been maced before and you keep that mace on your face, that's not no good feeling. That ain't no good feeling. And yes, it was a metal toilet. Metal toilet. So I'm sitting there, and I get my bearings. So now I'm just sitting there. I'm like, man, I can't. I was just so mad, y'all. I was so mad. I wanted to scream. I wanted to holler. I wanted to threaten the guards, but I knew it would have just made it worse for me. It would have just made it way worse. So I said, you know what? This they house. I can't win. It is what it is. So I don't really know how much time actually passed, but I ended up taking a nap on that floor. And I woke up. I remember I woke up, and I believe it was the shift change. And I heard a guard say, yeah, he's in there. He probably calmed down now. And let me tell y'all something. They never even came to check on me neither. I could have been in there passed out. I could have been in front of God on Judgment Day, and they never even checked on me, right? So they was like, I couldn't hear everything they were saying, but they was like, yeah, he had an altercation earlier, and we maced him, and this, and that. And I guess they was doing shift exchange and letting the other shift know what was going on. So after maybe about, I'm gonna say about 15 minutes of me hearing that, they opened the door and there was two guards standing there. They was like, "You ain't gonna give us no problems now, are you?" And I was like, "No." So all the fight was out of me, y'all. Hey, the fight was out of me. I didn't want to. Nah, I said no. I'm good. They said, "All right, let's go." So they took me to the shower, and I got in the shower and I washed up and everything. And they gave me these what is that? These orange. This they had orange jumpsuits. So they gave me this orange jumpsuit and I put it on. So that was the time when I got whipped out in the county. Um, I'm gonna tell y'all another story too, a county story. This didn't happen to me, but the story was told to me while locked up. Y'all remember when I told y'all about this guy that got locked up and he ended up becoming a prison wife, where this guy took the mop head and got Jolly Ranchers and bleached it with the colorful stuff and put it on the guy head and made a wig out of it. Well, let me tell y'all a story about that. Um, there was a young guy that came in there. He was he I want to say he was 16 or 17. He got accused. He got accused of touching his younger brother, and I guess I don't know the exact details of the case, but his mama flipped out. She called the police. He ended up in the county. This happened when I was waiting on my extradition to Ohio. And this guy told me this story, and he was like, yeah, man, it's a guy up in here. He about 17, 18 years old, and he touched his little brother. And I was like, why he not, like, they ain't got no teen part of the jail? He was like, no, man, but hey, if it's true and he go to Jackson, yo, it's some crazy stuff that's about to happen to him. I was like, what's gonna happen? He was like, well, um, they're whoever he end up with, and if he timid, if he ain't no fighter or nothing like that, and he don't stand up for himself, some guy gonna get a hold of him and get a mop head and get either some Jolly Ranchers or some Skittles and let it sit in a bucket and put it on top of his head and make the Jolly Rancher stuff like a paste and put lipstick on his mouth. I was like, man, that stuff don't happen. He was like, all right, I'm telling you. I said, well, I mean, it is what it is. He said, or he could go to the hole, but with his charges, the guards would do him dirty up in there too. And you know, this whole life is actually really about the dangers of prison and how to survive it. Okay. And my number, I made a video. My members, hey, if y'all are not members, make sure y'all join my page to become a member. I already put the video out, Josh. It's called Top 10 Things What Not to Do While Locked Up. Okay. My members already dropped the video. Y'all got first access to it. Okay. The video was already out. So one of the things is that don't be, if you is locked up and you fighting a case, don't go in there telling people your case. Do not, especially if you are guilty. Okay, don't be going in there thinking that this your homeboy that you just met, and you telling him, yeah, I stashed the gun at my baby mama house in the backyard under the doghouse. And I popped all these guys and this and that. And yeah, I'm gonna beat this case though, because they can't find a gun. Let me tell y'all something. There's a lot of CIs that's locked up, okay? A lot of guys that's working for the cops, okay? There are jailhouse snitches that came in there doing 30 years, okay? And they get a hold of information and they deliver that information to detectives. If if the story checks out, um later on at your trial, your cellie is going to be pointing a finger at you, saying, this is what he said, this is what he did. And the prosecutor going to bring forth the evidence, and you are going to prison. You convicted yourself. So when you locked up and you got a fresh case and you still fighting it, keep your mouth closed. Do not be going around telling people your business, because they will use it against you. Everybody, listen, everybody that's locked up, as we know, is not all solid, okay? And then what do solid even mean these days, okay? What do being solid even mean these days? What do being a real N-word, because I told y'all I'm going to stop cussing and work on my talks, okay, without using profanity. But what is a real, I have to say it, what is a real nigga anyway? You know what I'm saying? What is a real street guy anyway? We seen, just like in Michigan, right? I seen so many neighborhoods, crews, cliques, gangs, okay, get indicted. And everybody get to telling on each other. Everybody. I'm talking about real shooters, real killers. That if I'm driving and I happen to look over there at him, and he look back at me, and he feels some type of way for me looking at him, he gonna roll down that window and get out on me, right? But then when the police pick him up, he's gonna put his hands behind his back and say, no, sir, yes, sir, okay? These is the games that people like that like to play. Now, I'm not saying every street guy is like that, but let's put the facts out. We all know there's a lot of neighborhoods that got indicted. You got 20 guys that's been terrorizing the whole neighborhood, right? Selling drugs, killing people, beating up people, intimidating people, right? But they all get locked up on a RICO charge, then they all tell on each other. I thought that, and correct me if I'm wrong, just correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that when you commit a crime as a criminal, that you do not turn yourself in to the police. You have the cops do their job, do they detective work to come get you. This is why I never understood. Maybe I'm just different. If I was a criminal and I had the money that Young Thug got, a millionaire, there's no way that I get caught up on a RICO case and I turn myself in. No, I'm going to find me an island or a country that got non-U.S. extradition. I'm out. I'm going to take me and my black tail and my millions, and I'm out. Okay? There's no way that I am a criminal. I thought criminals, you know, when we was kids, the cops and the robbers, I thought the goal was to get away, not commit the crime and turn yourself in. Let me know in the comment section. Let me talk to the people. Would y'all turn yourselves in if you know you facing life in prison and you a millionaire? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Come on, y'all. If you a millionaire and you know you facing life, I'm out. Officers of the law, the justice system, I'm not committing no crimes. I'm not committing no crimes at all. But I'm just saying, there's no way that I'm going to be a criminal, a millionaire criminal, and turn myself in. No, y'all got to come get me. Nah. No. Y'all got to come get me. But let's get back to what I was saying. What is a real nigga anyway? It's like Young Jeezy told us, right? the rapper Young Jeezy, Mr. Snowman, Mr. Super Drug Dealer, he told us to sell drugs. Trapping ain't dead. These N-words is just scared. Young Jeezy has a child, a boy that just graduated from college. I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Young Jeezy, Mr. Trap or Die, told all of us to sell drugs, and we scared if we don't do it. But his son just graduated from college. Did he tell his son to trap or die? Did he? Nah, he didn't. But he told us to trap or die. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I forgot what year Jeezy came out. But when he came out, I know he locked the whole summer down. That's all you heard. Was last time I checked, I was the man in these streets. They call me residue. I leave in these streets. Got diarrhea flow. Come on, man. Got some super friends in the Legion of Doom. Right? Come on, y'all. This was Jeezy. Jeezy the Snowman. Come on, man. Y'all know that summer. He had the whole summer locked down. We just knew Jeezy was the biggest drug dealer, the biggest street dude that was walking on this earth, right? When you're young, like I was, and dumb, when you're young and dumb and very impressionable, I'm going to say that one more time. When you're young and dumb and very impressionable, you look at these guys as your hero. A lot of us that grew up poor, in the hood, in poverty, that didn't have no father in the house, or if we did have a father in the house, he was a drunk, an alcoholic, nobody to look up to. The rappers raised us. We wanted to be like the rappers. That was the standard. To sell drugs, get a lot of women, and take on this thug image. Nowadays, the youth, people, check this out, y'all. I'm 34 years old now, okay? I'm 34. I survived the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and I'm here in the 2020s. They say that the generation out right now, the teenagers, they say, yo, they don't got no respect. They wild. They demons. That's what they say about the new generation of dudes, right? But watch this. Who did they get it from? What examples did they have? We was too busy listening to Jeezy, Trap or Die, right? That's what we was too busy doing. So what did the new generation now got to look up to? And we go a little deeper. What did we have to look up to? We was raised up with Snoop Dogg and Too Short, disrespecting women. Come on, man. I could sit up here and say that rap, hip hop is the most evilest thing that could happen to poor black people. But then I really think about it. That's just one instrument. One. I made a video a while back when I said I never heard about no gang members or nobody about to go ride down on somebody listening to Beyonce. Right? I never ever heard about nobody that's about to go into a fist fight or a knife fight listening to Al Green or the Temptations. Some way, somehow, music is used as a weapon. And I believe that now. I didn't really listen. I really didn't really buy into conspiracy theories. But now, as I'm getting older, it's starting to make sense. And I'm going to throw something else with y'all too. Y'all going, Y'all gonna love me for this one. Give me a hot second, y'all. Give me a hot second. Give me a hot second. I got something for y'all. Let me tell y'all something. In the book of Psalms, I'm gonna tell y'all what really changed my life when I stopped really committing crimes and stopped being a criminal. When I got to reading the good book, the Bible, I was reading Psalms, and it says something like, this isn't word for word, but this is the gist of it. It said, my son, if they come to you and say, let's lie in wait and shed innocent blood and steal from that person, don't do it. Because they wait for their own, they lie in wait for their own blood, right? When I was growing up, I told y'all, I was what you would call a jack boy, a robber, breaking into houses, aka a thief, right? Let's just call it for what it is. Robber, thief, whatever you want to call it. When I came across that scripture in the Bible, and I'm going to say it again, it said, if your homeboys come to you and say, let's go rob somebody and take their life and take their money and take their valuables, do not do that, because you're going to be lying in wait for your own blood. You destroying yourself. That wasn't word for word, but that was the point of that verse. And that stuck to me. It hit me. And I said, you know what? That's me. Now I'm going to tell y'all, no, I never took nobody's life at all, okay? I done hit some people upside the head with the grip a couple of times. And to be honest with you, most of the people that I did something to was other criminals. I used to rob drug dealers. I used to rob this so-called pimp, okay? A drug dealer is not going to, what a drug dealer going to do? 911, man, this dude just robbed me. He took everything, right? A drug dealer ain't going to do that. It was this pimp in our neighborhood. He was soft, okay? What I used to, no, I ain't going to tell y'all. He's not here anymore living on this earth. But let's just put it this way. You know, when they say, if you don't be in the streets, get on the curve. This so-called pimp that was in our neighborhood, he wasn't really built for the streets. Yeah, he had women doing things for him, but when it came to a man rising up on him, he was going to give it up. He didn't want the drama. And I peeped that. So I got down on him a couple of times. What I'm trying to say is this, y'all. A lot of people say that the Bible is fake. At this point, I don't care. I know what it did for me. I know that there's things in that book that really explains a whole lot. I know a lot of people say, yo, it contradicts a lot. No, it don't. You just don't understand the scriptures. And let me say this too. If I didn't have God in my life, right, God is like my stopper. If you don't answer to, if you feel like you can't answer to a higher power, then you like the animals. You have no conscience. If there's nothing in place to stop you from committing crimes, you bound to do anything. And I think, not that I think, I know that God played a huge part of that. that stopped me from doing a lot of things. I can tell y'all something else. Sometimes in life, there are innocent people that's in prison. Have I met any? No, not that I know of. Everybody that I ran into while locked up, they did it. And I'm gonna be real with y'all too. For the dudes, I understand this now. I understand this now. When dudes be like, oh, I take somebody's life up here, if they only got 2 years and they complaining that, oh, only got 2 years. They gave me 2 years. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And this dude over here doing triple life, ain't never coming home. And you whining about these little 2 years that you got. Now I understand why this 3-time lifer would take your life for complaining. But I'm going to be real with y'all. When I was locked up and I was facing that 2 to 10, I kind of was like, because first of all, don't nobody want to be in jail, okay? That's cool. We get past that. But to be real with y'all, thank God I got 2 to 10. Thank God I got 2 to 10. Because if I got locked up for a lot of other things that I did out here in these streets, we would not be talking right now. Oh yeah, we in 2022, so I'll probably have a cell phone, shooting videos from prison. But yeah, that's what I tell y'all all the time. For all the things that I have done, 2 years to 10 years was a blessing. Yeah. Right? And a lot of you guys out there that be committing crime, stop. Crime does not pay. Crime does not pay at all. You would think about it like this. If you out here committing crimes for money, and I get it, I'm not a hypocrite. I get it. When I was poor, toe up and broke and dumb and young, I had that mentality, I got to get it how I get it. I did not know how to sell drugs. I didn't want to be a drug dealer. So I just figured, well, maybe I just rob people. Maybe I just take things. Right? That's how I got down. That's how I programmed. So I get it, man. When you got, even like when cats got kids, they say, well, I'm going to do everything for my kids. I got to get out here and move this work so I can support me and my family. But you do know that when you get caught, how you going to support your family if you behind them bars? It's just a matter of time. When you get into that life and that type of lifestyle, any day, either you going to jail, listen up, youngsters, when you decide to become a dealer, you're going to jail. When you decide to become a criminal in any aspect of it, you're going to jail. Criminal, crime, prison. It go hand in hand. Be lucky that you go to jail or prison, because you could end up in a graveyard also. I got a brother, right? Scratch that. I had a brother. He's no longer here. This dude was tearing up the streets of Atlanta, the city. He is what you would call a demon. It's rumored that he got 20 bodies under his belt. This is one of my blood brothers. We both came out of the same mama. It's rumored that he got 20 bodies under his belt. The Bible says you live by the sword, you die by the sword. We in 2022. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. We glorify the wrong stuff. We glorify evil. Why do it seem like we as a people is backwards? Think about that. Why do we praise rappers? Why do we praise singers? Why do we praise Beyonce, right? What do Beyonce actually do besides sing and show us? And I'm not hating on Beyonce at all, okay? But just think about that. Why do we praise Jay-Z so much? Because he made a couple of business moves and became a millionaire? Why don't we praise doctors? Why don't we praise scientists? I don't get that. Why do we hold basketball players and NFL entertainers on a high regard? The other day I was in Chicago, right? And I know it sounds like I'm a hater, but I don't care at this point. I was in Chicago and I see all these murals, right? Of a lot of dead rappers and things like that. And I'm like, why isn't there any doctors on these buildings? Why isn't there any scientists on these buildings? Why isn't there teachers, principals, right? People that actually contribute in a good, positive way to the human society. Let's just keep it funky, y'all. Can I keep it funky? Let me know in the comment section. Can Dante keep it funky right quick? Let me know. Tell me right now if I can keep it funky right quick. Because I'm about to go in. I'm about to go in. Let me know. Can I go in? Let me know. Can I go in? Because I'm about to go in, y'all. It's about to get real dirty. It's about to get real hostile up in here, y'all. Oh, yeah, I'm about to go there, y'all. But before I do that, hold on. I got y'all. Hey, listen, y'all. The Cash App is pinned up at the top. Y'all make sure, if y'all want to donate to Lockdown 88, y'all make sure y'all do that. But let me know, can I go in right quick? I just want to know, because it's about to go down. Hold on, y'all. Oh, man. Hold on, y'all. I got y'all. Give me a second. Hold up. I'm about to go in. All right. Here we go. Let's go. Oh, yeah. You said I'm worse than the preacher? Who said that? Who said I was worse than the preacher? Let me tell you something right quick. Whoever said I'm worse than the preacher, watch this. If you work at McDonald's, or you work at a shop, or you're a police officer, or whatever type of job you got, don't you expect to get paid at the end of the week or every 2 weeks? This right here is my job right here. You said I'm worse than the... Oh, okay, y'all. Well, pass the collection plate around. The Cash App is the collection plate. Y'all put something in that collection plate. Come on. Now, we about to go in. Now, I know I'm about to make a couple people mad, but I need for y'all to listen. Listen to me. Okay? I want y'all to listen and listen very well. I was listening to King Von. Okay? I was listening to FBG Duck. These are Chicago drill rappers. I was listening to their music and I said, this is hard. The beat was crazy. Their flow was crazy. Something in my spirit just wasn't sitting right. I said, hold up. Why do I feel like I want to do something bad to somebody? I sat down and I really listened to the words. Song after song, song after song was demonic. Yo, Pinky, I want to talk to you, brother. Hold on. Pinky, listen to this. Once a human being pass away on this earth, that's it. We should stop talking about them. They done paid their dues. Wherever they go is wherever they go. However, there's a lesson that I want to put out there. They say what you put out there, you get back. King Von was not a saint. There's a lot of King Vons that's in Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta right now that will kill you just like that. One of my brothers was a King Von, and he is not here no more. He lived by the gun and he died by the gun. King Von. Because y'all only know about King Von because Lil Durk put him on, and he was a rapper. King Von took a lot of people. King Von showed no mercy to his victims. Okay? FBG Duck. He had a song. They all got songs about dissing the dead. When I heard that saying, smoking on Tuka and all of that, I didn't know what that was. I thought they were saying that one stuff, that vaping stuff, the Toka, Tuka, whatever that is. I did not know that they was talking about another human being. And then when I got the concept, I said, wait a minute. So when somebody dies, you put the weed in your blunt and say, I'm smoking on that person's ashes? When did they start doing that? Somebody sent me a clip of a video where this dude had beef with another dude. The dude get killed. I guess 2 weeks after the funeral, he shows up with a camera and he's dancing on the dude's grave and disrespecting him. He got over 100,000 views, 100,000 likes. And then he turns around and get killed. What I'm trying to tell y'all is this. Why do people get upset? And the reason why I can speak on it, because it happened to me. My brother was a King Von. My brother was a killer. My brother was a serial killer. Serial killer. You know, we all know a serial killer. Think about it. You got that guy in the hood. We all got a family member that we hear the stories. We know if you call him, he finna come and put in that work. We have serial killers in our families. My brother was a serial killer. I used to say to myself, I love my brother with all my heart, but I'm just waiting for that call. I'm just waiting on that call. Every day, if it wasn't every day, damn near every 4 or 5 days, he was always involved in something. So even though I loved him, and when he passed, it hurted bad. But I knew that, yo, Dante, think about this. How many families is crying for how many families is feeling that same pain, have felt that same pain that you feeling right now, that your brother caused. Yeah, people don't think about that. When people be saying, oh, King Von this, King Von that, what about the victims? What about their families? Nobody ever think about that. This is why when I was in Chicago, and I'm thinking about moving out of Chicago now, it always been bad in Chicago, but now, even the guys that I roll with, I'm looking at them sideways. It's some internal things that's going on, even with the guys that been down with me. What? Since Wilkins Elementary. Some of these guys is I'm looking at funny. Jealousy, envy. You know what? Forget all that. When you start making legal money and you start being worth something and you don't want to go back to the block no more and hang out, because or everybody want to talk about is old war stories or talking about. I'm going to tell y'all one of the most disgusting things that was said to me about, I'm going to say about 2 months ago. I just left Atlanta and I was in Chicago. One of my homeboys, I have not seen him for 2 years. I pulls up, I get out, I'm talking to my dudes. He like, oh, what's up? Man, I ain't seen you in a long time, man. Where the hoes at? When he said that, all I got to thinking was, that's the only thing you know me for? Like, where the hoes at? Dude, that I was 15, 16 years old. That's what your mind is at? You haven't progressed? You haven't grown? Where the hoes at? I don't know. Where are they at? That right there, let me tell y'all something. When you leave certain people and then you come back around them and they in the same spot, leave them there. Another guy told me, man, you scary. You'll never come back to the hood. For what? Why should I come back? Why? I got kids. I got a wife. I got 3 businesses. I got to entertain y'all. Why would I go back to the hood? Why? For what? I tell y'all all the time. And I'm not, hey, listen, I come from the hood. I come from the streets. Okay? And there's nothing to be proud about that. Because the only thing the hood can give you is an STD, a bullet, and a coffin. Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Yes, I did have a lot of good times in the hood. But as I really think about it, every time, all the things that I was doing as a teenager could have cost me my life. As I really think about it, like it was a lot that me and my crew was doing that could have cost us our life when we thinking it's fun. That's why I don't really go too hard on the youth of today. Because when I was 14, 15, 16, you couldn't tell me to stop doing what I was doing. I probably would have robbed you. Hey, listen, let me tell y'all something. I didn't really follow Malcolm X. The only thing I really know about Malcolm X is that he was a hoodlum. He went to prison, and he got with some brothers of the Nation of Islam, and that changed his life. And seeing the Netflix specials about him and hearing things in between about him, I thought about myself, and no, there's no way I'm comparing myself to Malcolm at all. The only thing I'm saying is that, yeah, I grew up a piece of shit. But then I turned out to become a good man, a great father, iffy husband, give or take, I don't know. But I care about people. I've been getting real spiritual lately. I'm going to tell y'all something. When you get them handcuffs put on you, no, I'm going to say that later. I understand when you poor, like I was, and you only got one pair of shoes going to school, and you ain't got no school clothes, and everybody else around you, I was breaking into houses stealing food. Y'all, hey, poverty is evil. A lot of us, we don't choose our parents. We don't choose the lifestyle and situations that we are born in. We just got to roll with it. When they say that your grandfather supposed to teach your father skills, knowledge, wisdom, and pass that on to you. And then you pass that on to your kids. Let me say that again. Your great-great-grandfather supposed to accumulate, right? Knowledge and wisdom and wealth. But if he can't get wealthy, so what? At least pass the wisdom and knowledge down to the father, and then to the son, and to his son, and to his son. Pass down the knowledge, right? And the wisdom. But the problem is, my father was not taught by his father, and I believe his father was not taught nothing. So can I now it's on me now to figure this thing out that's called life. You know, when they say, and listen to me, parents, because we got parents in the building, when they say, oh, I'm kicking my kid out at 18, he grown or she grown. Nah, it don't work that way. It don't work that way unless they just real disrespectful and they dang near put themselves out. It's your job to raise your child, to prepare your child for this world. Just imagine if some of us that grew up poor, when we turned 17, 18, 19 years old, that we had a house that was already paid for, so we didn't have to worry about rent, that we was given a car, so we didn't have to struggle, that we had 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in the bank to start us off somewhere in life, so we don't have to struggle. Imagine if we was in high school, right, and they had apprenticeships, right, showing us skills, real trades, plumbing, electrical, journeyman, right? Truck drivers. I'm just saying, don't kick your kid out, especially if they trying to work, if they are going to school. Don't use when you grow up poor, you know the feeling. Don't put that on your child. Don't say, well, they got to get it like I have to get it. No, you got to pass down the knowledge and the wisdom. Pass it down. If you love, let me get to the comment section. What y'all talking about in the comment section? What's going on in the comment section, y'all? If you love your child or children, you're going to do everything that you possibly can. Everything that you possibly can to set them off right. Y'all still in the building? Let me know if y'all still in the building. Did the live freeze? Oh. Well, we still live. We still live, y'all. So it's like this, y'all. I got 6 sons. I got 6 sons. 6 of them. My oldest, he's 13. Is he 12 or 13? I don't know. He's 12 or 13. But anyway, he got 4 more years when he turned 18. And I told him this. You graduate, and I know he's going to graduate. I'm going to get you a sports car. It doesn't even matter what type of sports car you want. He said he want a Charger. Okay? I'm going to give him a Charger when he graduates. When he graduates college. Or if he decides to go to a trade school. I'll pay for it. And I told him once he graduate from college or a trade school, I'll buy him a house. This is why I work so hard the way I work. I feel like my father didn't teach me anything because his father didn't teach him anything. So now it's on me to be a jack of all trades. They say a jack of all trades is a master of nothing. That could be looked at as a good thing or a bad thing. It's on me now to learn about credit. Oh yeah, let's get there. Oh yeah, we finna go there, y'all. Hey, come on, y'all, hit that like button. Let's talk about credit. They say, oh, and this is why I tell y'all, stop listening to these rappers. That person that said that, oh, I'm worse than a pastor. Oh, y'all go, hey, I'm about to pass that collection plate around. Cause don't y'all supposed to pay the pastor for his work? Now watch this. Y'all say, yo, Jay-Z, when he dropped that 444 album, he was talking real. He was educating the people. Who got $1 million? Who got $100,000 to invest in something that he can invest in? None of us, right? And if you got that type of money, then why are you even listening to somebody you already figured it out? Jay-Z did not tell y'all nothing. The only thing he told y'all about how he missed out on a building that costed $2 million and turned it to $40 million. That don't got, we can't relate to that. He should have got on there talking about credit, getting your credit right, to leverage your credit. See, we was raised to think that, oh, credit cards is bad. Credit is bad. No, when you don't, let me tell y'all about credit. Listen, here's a jewel, y'all. They might cut the live. They might cut this live. Y'all want to know how I got on? Y'all want to know how I got on? Y'all want to know how I started my dog breeding business? Come closer. Y'all ready? Y'all want to know? Y'all know that I sell Yorkies, right? Purebred Yorkies. Maltese, party Yorkies, traditional Yorkies, chocolate Yorkies. Y'all want to know how I started my business? I got my credit good. Okay? These dogs cost about $2,500 a piece. I got my credit good. I had a $10,000 credit card. I cashed it out, had $10,000 in cash. Gave this woman the $10,000, got 3 females and 1 male, and I bred them. Right? Sold the puppies for $1,800, $2,500, and some of them $3,200. Paid that credit card off. My business is there. That was that business. Hey, I'm telling y'all, credit. That's what Jay-Z should have been telling y'all. Instead of, he basically was throwing in y'all face, look at me. I messed up. I didn't buy this painting. Now it's worth this much. How you gonna take that? How y'all gonna take that and make money off of it? You can't. Get your credit right. Trust me. Trust me. Get your credit right. But y'all ain't listening. Y'all not listening. Get your credit right. That's how I got out of poverty. When I was locked up behind them bars, I got with this white dude, this white smart businessman that was committing white collar crimes. And he said, listen, you just got to know how to play the game. You got to know how to play the game. Get your credit right. All debt is not bad debt. You got to know how to work it. You got to know how to work it. Hey, listen. Let me tell y'all something. I want to let everybody know something. For the 100 people that's in the building, I want to thank everybody. And I'm not saying this just to say it, okay? I want to thank everybody that be watching my videos. I want to thank everybody that be hitting that like button. I especially want to thank people that be blessing the Cash App and blessing the Super Chat, because y'all be helping me out a whole lot, more than y'all ever know, okay? Right now, I'm working on a lot of videos for y'all, okay? It's a process. I know y'all used to me dropping a video every day. I know that, okay? But right now, I'm working on this content. I know y'all want some more prison stories. They coming. Trust me. They coming. Y'all just gotta be patient. But I tell y'all what, if y'all don't get a video out of me at least every other day, you will get a live. I'm going to go live Monday through Friday. Y'all might get a Saturday out of me. Y'all might get a Saturday. But Monday through Friday, I'm going to go live, okay, at 8 p.m., okay? 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, I'm going live. But if I don't go live, just know I'm working, okay? I'm creating content for y'all, okay? The prison stories are coming. The hood stories, because a lot of y'all be asking for the hood stories. The hood stories, the prison stories are coming, okay? So please be patient with me. Every day, Monday through Friday, I'm going live, y'all. So just know I'm here. Y'all make sure y'all turn on that notification bell also. So when I do go live, y'all know that I'm here. I'm on the East Coast. So if I got a lot of people from Cali that be in the building. I don't know. I think we 3 hours behind. But where I'm at right now, it's 10:20. It's 10:20 p.m. right now. So 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, I'm in the building. I got a lot of content that's coming out right now. Be patient with me, y'all. Tomorrow I'm going live at 8 p.m. The next day, 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. I'm working on more content for y'all. It's coming out. All right, I'm about to shout everybody out. Where y'all from? And we gonna roll out. Let's go. Let's go where y'all from so I can shout y'all out. It's that time, y'all. It's that time. It's that time, y'all. Let's go. Where y'all from so I can shout y'all out. This thing freezing.